Hi friends, it's Katie from Created by Katie and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the third video in my Not Your Everyday card series. So that means there's two before this you might want to check out, and there's two still to come in the month of August. Today I'm going to be making this interactive card using the Big Mouth stamp and die from Art Impressions, and I thought this would be kind of a fun interactive birthday card. Of course, I love this, and I think it just adds a little bit more pop when you're sending something like this to your friends or family. So we're working with these unmounted rubber stamps from Art Impressions. This is the packaging, and on the back of the packaging they walk you through the steps of how to create your card. And so I'm going to be showing you today how I created a card using these stamps and dies. I am just going to take my Copic markers and just super fast color the cat and the mouse. I don't want to do anything fancy here just because I kind of want to get it done. So I'm just using the broad tip of my Copic markers and coloring it in and adding a little bit of shading where I can. They do sell a coordinating die for this stamp set to cut out the cat, but I am going to be fussy cutting it, so that's why I'm just kind of crazily coloring it really fast, and I sped things up too just for the sake of video. However, things were a little wonky, so it didn't get too fast. So there's a lot of coloring right here. Alright, now I am ready to color my little mouse, and I'm just, again, super fast, a little bit of grays, shading just a little bit, and then I'm going to go back to the cat image and color his hat and the candles and the cake with some fun violet colors and turquoise colors. These are the BG 15 and 10 that I went in colored with. I love that turquoise color, so who wouldn't love a turquoise cake, right? So after I've got it colored, I went ahead and I fussy cut everything out, and now I am ready to follow the directions and create my card. So I've gathered up all of the supplies, I've already cut everything up, and I will let you know what all of that is. But like I said, if you get this, you're going to get the directions. This little die also comes with the stamp set, and this is what you're going to use to cut out his mouth. I'm using my magnetic platform because that works a whole heck of a lot better than taping this on there and risking ruining all that coloring you did. So I'm just kind of sliding it back and forth to make sure that it's lined up right on the line or just below the line of his mouth so that it cuts out nicely. And before I had the magnetic platform and I just tried to freehand it, I got off to the side a little wonky. So that magnetic platform is really handy when it comes to things like this. Okay, I've cut it out and I'm popping this off, and you'll see there is the opening of the mouth and the little mouthpiece. So like I said, I've got papers here cut out for my card front. Okay, now you need, I've got my image and the little mouthpiece, and you need this little pull tab strip that's 3.5 inches by 1 1/8 inch. And I went with white. You can, use any color you want. And then I have this little 1.5 by 1.5 inch piece of black that's going to go behind the mouth opening, so that like if you're looking in the mouth, it's dark. Now using this little pull tab, we're going to cut a V in the top of the tab about 1/2 inch deep that creates the teeth that are going to go inside the mouth and hold the mouse. So there you have your little V for the teeth, and I'm going to use some adhesive and glue that mouse to the back of that V. So there he is, and this is what's going to be popping up behind there, inside the mouth. Now, I die cut this little piece of cardstock. This is what I want my image to be popped up on. So I'm going to lay it on there where I want it and mark the bottom of the mouth. I'm going to cut a slit there. If you have an X-Acto knife, that works perfectly. I do not, so I'm going to use my paper trimmer. So I'm going to cut that slit, and then I'm going to cut about a 1/2 inch lower. And so you can see here where I cut them out. And this is what our little pull tab is going to go through. But before that, we need to mount our little 1.5 inch black square behind there, because that's going to be the dark recesses of his mouth. Okay, I'm going to put our little pull tab. Oh yes, I forgot here. That's right. I need to put the mouth on the front of this. So that's what I had forgotten. And I'm putting the mouth just below the V of the teeth. And now I can thread it through this background piece using the 2 slits so that it has something to kind of pull. And you want to make sure that you can pull it behind there, so you kind of have to wiggle that little piece in there so that it's able to be pulled down. Okay, it's ready. So now I'm ready to mount my image on there. And you want to do that with some foam tape, just so that it kind of, or foam dots, whatever. Now, see what I'm doing right there? Do not do as I do. Do as I say. You only want it to go at the very edges of your image. You want to make sure, which I did, I made sure that I didn't put any below, but I put some right above. And of course, when I adhered it on, it adhered it right to the mouse. So you don't want anything right above there, and I'll show you in a second what I mean, where I made my mistake. But I was careful to keep that part open, and I'm peeling off all of the backing, and I'm ready to place it on here. And you'll see I've placed it on there, lining it up, and you can't pull it down because it's stuck. Whoops. Okay, so I peeled back the head and went, oh yeah, that's what I forgot to do. So I just took those 2 big pieces off. So you just want to make sure that you've got foam tape or pop dots all around the edges, and not right above and not right below. And I'll line everything back up, and voila, it can now be pulled down. And there, opening your mouth, is your scared little mouse. Now I'm ready to just assemble everything else together. That pretty much is the basics of the mechanism for the Big Mouth Cat stamp and die, and how to put it together. I just went on here and finished decorating the front of my card. I'm ready to put this on there, making sure that you don't tape up where it's going to pull. I don't need any more mistakes today. So basically, that is my card front, and you can pull it down, see the cute little mouse again. This is just a fun little, card to make for your friends or family, just something different. I went back and I stamped the sentiment that comes with it, say cheese, and created a little banner there at the bottom, and then I just hand wrote the word pull, and I added a little bit of Wink of Stella to some of the image. You gotta have some bling. You might as well, right? And there's my banner I just created by cutting a couple of notches and popping them behind there. So when I pull it down, the banner comes to, and you can see the mouse. So how cute is that? See cheese, he smiles, and you see that he's got a mouse inside of his mouth. Super cute. Well, I hope that you enjoyed today's card. Like I said, this is the 3rd one in this series. So I've got 2 more coming for you. So check back next Tuesday and then the Tuesday following that for another fun, not your everyday card in my card series here on YouTube and my blog.